नमस्कार विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो आणि मैत्रिणींनो. सध्या कोरोनासारख्या महाघातक अशा व्हायरसमुळे जगात थैमान घातलं आहे आणि त्यामुळे आपण सगळेच लॉकडाऊनमध्ये आहोत. आणि जर खरंच कोरोना हरवायचा असेल तर आपल्याला घरीच राहावं लागणार आहे, यात काय शंकाच नाही. सो स्टे होम, सो मेंटेन द फिजिकल डिस्टन्सिंग. आणि खरं पाहिलं तर आपली शाळा 16 मार्च 2020 पासून बंद आहे आणि या शैक्षणिक वर्षामध्ये ते नक्की कधी सुरू होतील याची सुद्धा शाश्वती नाही. परंतु शाळा बंद असल्या तरीही शिक्षण हे चालूच असलं पाहिजे, विद्यार्थ्यांचं अध्ययन हे चालूच असलं पाहिजे, या उदात्त हेतूने आपल्या सोलापूर जिल्ह्याचे कार्यकारी अधिकारी श्री प्रकाश वायचळ सर, त्याचबरोबर सौ सुधा साळुंखे मॅडम, त्याचप्रमाणे मुख्याध्यापक संघ सोलापूर आणि जिल्हा विज्ञान अध्यापक मंडळ यांच्या संयुक्त विद्यमाने आणि त्याचबरोबर मंगळूर प्रशालेचे मुख्याध्यापक या सर्वांच्या सहकार्याने आपण इथे ऑनलाईन क्लासेसचं आयोजन करत आहोत. मी रमेश उमाटे, मंगळूर प्रशाला अक्कलकोट येथे विज्ञान शिक्षक म्हणून कार्यरत आहे. तर मित्रांनो, आज मी विज्ञान भाग 1 मधील प्रकरण क्रमांक 2 पिरियॉडिक क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ एलिमेंट्स या टॉपिक बद्दल माहिती देणार आहे. म्हणजेच आपल्यामध्ये त्या संदर्भात हितगुज आपण साधणार आहोत. तसं तुम्ही अभ्यास करतच आहात, फक्त मी मार्गदर्शन करण्याचं काम इथे करणार आहे. आणि विशेष म्हणजे मी सेमी इंग्रजी माध्यमाच्या विद्यार्थ्यांना इथे सहाय्य करणार आहे. डिअर फ्रेंड्स, टुडे आय एम हिअर विथ यू टू असिस्ट फॉर युअर स्टडी. We are here about discussing one important topic from Science and Technology, part 1. The name of the topic is the periodic classification of elements. You already knowing about the elements, atomic number, atomic mass number, as well as symbol of the elements. All these things you know already very well. Therefore, we are discussing the following points from the topic. Number 1, elements and their classification, Dove-Raynon stripe, Newland's laws of octave, as well as Mendeleev's periodic table, and finally one important part we are discussing in this topic, that is modern periodic table. Before that, here we just recall few points which already you studied in the previous year in 9th standard. Let us discuss the following points. Number 1, what are the types of matter? Everybody know? The answer of this one is there are actually 4 types of matter: solid, liquid, as well as gaseous. One more state is plasma. So this is already discussed in 9th standard. The second one, what are the types of elements? Very well, you know. Actually, initially there are 2 types of elements, metal and non-metal. Further discover one more type, that is metalloid. What about metalloid? Metalloid means the element which resembles both metals as well as non-metals property. So nowadays there are 3 types of elements. These are metal, non-metal and metalloid. And in our textbook out of total 118 elements, 8 elements belongs to metalloids. Got it? The next question, that is question number 3. What are the smallest particles of matter called? The smallest particle of an element is atom. After then, towards the next question, that is question number 4. Very important question is here. What is the difference between molecules of elements and compound? Dear friends, you know very well what is compound and what is element. Simply, the elements means the chemical substances made up of only one type of matter. Once again I am repeating, elements means the chemical substances which are made up of only one kind of substances. For example, hydrogen, chlorine, iodine, bromine, iron, all these the examples belongs to element, and there are total nowadays in our scientific world 118 elements are present. At the same time, what about compound? Compound means the chemical substances combining two or more elements in a fixed proportion. And the examples are NaCl, H2SO4, or water, that is H2O. There are so many examples related to compounds. Actually, in compound, there are ionic compounds and covalent compounds, but we are just discussing up to this now. Friends, now we move forward here. There are total how many elements do we have? And you know very well, that is 180 elements in our scientific world. But at around 18th century, there were only 30 elements were known. More number of elements discovered in course of time. This big problem, how these elements should be arranged in a proper sequence. Before we discussing the classification of elements, one small example I want to tell in front of you. You know, there is a library. In the library, if all the books are kept in a haphazard manner, haphazard means here and there, then what happens? It is very difficult for you or everyone to search a particular book in a fraction of second or very quickly. So all the books in the library always in a proper manner. The same things happens in case of elements. If elements are not arranged in proper sequence according to their similar chemical as well as physical property, it is very difficult for us to find the characteristics of all these elements. So the proper arrangement of these elements is required. And at the time of 18th century, only there were 30 elements, but nowadays there are 118 elements which are arranged in a sequential manner according to their similar physical as well as chemical property because of all these great scientists. So let us discuss who started the classification of these elements. Initially we know only the elements are in the form of metal as well as non-metal. After them these are described in a metalloid. But in 1817, a well-known German scientist, Dobereiner, who derived classification, first he arranged 3 elements each having similar chemical property called the triads. Triad simply three. Means he arranged three elements which having similar chemical properties with according to the atomic mass. Then what happened? This is called triad. The next question arises, what is Dobereiner's triad? See here, he arranged the three elements in a triad in an increasing order of their atomic masses and shows that the atomic mass of the middle element was approximately equal to the mean of atomic masses of other remaining two elements. Let us see the definition of Dobereiner's triad. Let us verify the Dobereiner's triad. There is one triad, lithium, sodium, potassium. The atomic masses of these three elements are 6.9, 23 and 39.1 respectively. So, mean of atomic mass of lithium and potassium is equal to 6.9 plus 39.1 upon 2 is equal to 46 upon 2. Therefore, the mean of atomic mass of lithium and potassium is equal to 23. And here, what is the atomic mass of sodium? That is also 23. Means we are verifying here Dobereiner's triad. Got it? But in our examination point of view, in our board exam, which types of questions arises? Let us see one example. Suppose there is in bracket PQR is one triad in which the atomic mass of P is given 35.5, the atomic mass of Q is 79.9. So what is the atomic mass of R with the help of Dobereiner's triad? Simply, we know according to Dobereiner's triad, mean of atomic masses of P and R is equal to P plus R upon 2. Therefore, atomic mass of Q is equal to P plus R upon 2. So we put the values here that are 79.9 is equal to 35.5 plus X upon 2. Therefore, while calculating, we obtain here 79.9 into 2 is equal to X plus 35.5. Therefore, X is equal to 159.8 minus 35.5. Therefore, X is equal to 124.3. This is the approximately atomic mass of element R. And while we searching that element and its actual atomic mass is 126.9 here. So these types of question arises. Our textbook, so many questions are there. You have to prepare well. If you have any difficulties, call me on 9011750406. Thank you. We will meet again in the next session along with same topic with the new content that are Newton's laws of octave as well as Mendele's periodic table. Thank you so much. Stay at home. Maintain physical distancing. Thank you.